We're back in the 207 kitchen at O Main Studios, and I'm with Chef Byrne. And you know, if he's here, we are making something tasty. Thanks so much for being here with us again.
Thanks for having me.
And today we're making a spinach, feta, and sausage risotto.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
We're making a special risotto, and the thing about risotto is you can really add whatever flavors you want to it.
Right.
In the end. So in this particular case, we're going to go with the kind of a Greek style with the feta, spinach, and the sausage.
Love it.
And what I'm going to also do specifically when we go to do that, we're not just going to take the spinach and rip it up and throw it into the risotto. You could do that, and you would then have spinach risotto. However, what's going to work even better than that is going to be how we blanch and shock it.
Okay.
And then we're going to ultimately turn it into a spinach puree.
Nice.
That's going to ultimately go like this.
There you go.
So we're gonna take these baby spinach leaves and turn them into this. And the way that we're going to get there, I'm just going to be mindful on this risotto. So one of the things about risotto is you're definitely supposed to stir it.
Do you want me to do that?
While it's cooking, absolutely. In this process, while you're stirring it like this, is called parching.
And you had butter and onion in here.
Just a little bit of butter and onion and some olive oil.
Okay.
And now that that's starting to toast just a little bit, we're gonna add some of this warm stock.
All right.
To the pan.
Keep stirring it?
Keep stirring it. And we're just gonna turn this heat down a little because we wanna make sure that the risotto is cooking at a medium heat. If it's cooking too aggressively, you're gonna find that you will boil out your liquid before the rice cooks.
Okay, yeah, we don't want that.
You don't want that. And so you'll notice I've only put a ladle full of liquid in to this risotto for right now. That's exactly what you wanna do. You wanna go kind of ladle by ladle, and then as that amount of liquid is cooked out, we'll reintroduce a little bit more.
Okay, perfect.
I'm just gonna stand right behind you here.
Yeah.
So when we have some water here that's coming up to a boil, what we'll wanna do is we'll wanna add some of this baby spinach to it, and this is going to just help bring out the color. The chlorophyll is going to be brought to the forefront, so it's going to be bright green.
Popping.
And it's going to be popping, and it's going to be looking just like this spinach that we have right here. I usually just have a bowl here with a little bit of some ice cubes. The ice kind of melted a little bit on me, but we're going to throw a little bit of the spinach right into here.
Do you want me to add another ladle to this, or are we good?
Yeah, we can add another little ladleful. That's fantastic. Yeah, and then just like that, just as it starts to cook down, introduce a little bit more.
Is that enough?
That's great.
Okay.
And then we'll keep stirring. I'll turn this off over here. So yeah, this essentially is doing all that we needed to over here. So now that we will have this spinach, and you'll just want to give it a good squeeze like that and get all the water out of it, and then we're going to puree this.
All right.
And then that's what we have over here. So blanch and shocked, and then I just put this into the Vitamix and I pureed it.
Okay.
I did it really low and slow, and I made it really smooth. So that was my approach to how to get that done. So this sausage, spinach, and feta risotto also wants to have some cooked sausage added to it that we have here. So just a little bit of some simple ground pork sausage.
Perfect.
A little bit of salt, pepper, and fennel seasoning. And then that's just gonna cook down all the way through. We wanna make sure that the sausage is fully cooked before we go to add it to the risotto. Here we have a pan that we've already started this process, just so I can kind of cheat a little bit. You're gonna be cooking this risotto here on the stovetop for the better part of 30 minutes.
Okay.
So you're definitely gonna wanna take that into account. But when you're doing this meal, that gives you plenty of time to render the sausage, to blanch and shock the spinach, and everything can come together like that. And what I really like to do with this spinach here, once this is pureed, you're gonna notice
Look at that.
how bright green
Yes.
it's gonna turn the finished product here. Once this stirs all the way through this risotto here.
So this is really the longest part of it. Everything else is quick.
Absolutely. The longest part of it is getting the rice cooked, and you really want it to be just al dente.
Oh my gosh,
to the
that looks
tooth.
so pretty.
But now, yeah, once you add that spinach puree to it like this, you'll have this beautiful bright green spinach risotto. The feta will just slightly start to melt in there, warm up the sausage.
Oh. So good. I feel like this might be a good way to get kids to eat vegetables too.
Without a doubt. And the spinach, you'll find the spinach flavor is really more so for color than anything else.
Yeah.
But it just looks so beautiful like that. Bright green. Maybe it's a little bit of herb on the top. A little bit more feta.
Perfect.
And there you have sausage, feta, and spinach risotto.
So easy, so good. Thanks so much for coming in
Thanks
to
for
teach
having
us
me.
how to make this. And of course, we're gonna have the recipe for you right on the 207 section of our website. Oh, looks so good. Stay with us. 207 is back right after this.